Hi, I'm Amanda Sawyer. I have never been pregnant, but I recognize that preterm birth is a problem for humans and our society. For the last several months, I have been doing research on therapeutic treatments for preterm birth. Unfortunately, science has its limits, and preterm birth is affecting women all over the world every day. There are many causes of preterm birth, including cervical incompetence, spontaneous labor, multiples, and many other unknown reasons. Preterm birth does not distinguish between ethnicity, educational background, or financial status. For example, the United States has percentages of preterm birth that are similar to most developing nations. No matter the cause, preterm birth is a tragedy. Preterm birth is defined as birth before 37 weeks of gestation in humans and is linked to 75% of newborn disability and fatality. Even more, infants that are born preterm are at a higher risk for motor and developmental disabilities, including blindness, deafness, chronic lung disease, and cerebral palsy. The costs of preterm birth not only include this loss of human potential, but also financial impacts of billions of dollars each year associated with neonatal intensive care, special education programs, and institutional care. There are currently no successful treatments for forestalling preterm labor. More importantly, the emotional cost of preterm birth is arguably the greatest, and emotional turmoil calls for coping mechanisms. Women who have experienced tragedies dealing with preterm birth and infant loss are reaching out. They are developing community support groups in virtual spaces. Blogging becomes a form of storytelling, giving faces and names to their previously unknown experiences. For example, a woman who developed the community Lost Innocence, which deals with practical commentary about miscarriage from an Orthodox Christian perspective, did so because of her own experience with blogging. She writes, "When I was facing a miscarriage last year, I realized quickly that the information available online was incomplete. Sending out a plea via my blog, I gratefully received a tremendous amount of practical information and encouragement. I decided I wanted to make that information available to others in a safe format." So why are these communities popular? Well, according to the creator of Lost Innocence, the things that helped her most grieve were 1. Reading about people's stories of baby loss on blogs, websites, or books. 2. Writing about her daughter's birth story. And 3. Reading notes and comments from people who cared about her story. The welcome page of another blog reads, "Baby Loss's community is a community no one wants or should ever have to join, but its members are some of the kindest, selfless, most amazing women you will ever have the chance to cross paths with." We hope that seeing the faces and reading the stories of others who have been where you are brings you a tiny bit of peace as you begin this journey. Please know that you are not alone. At the end of many of the stories here, contact information is listed for the writer. Please feel free to reach out to these women. They are here to help. These blogs serve as a peek into the personal experiences of those who have dealt with the tragedies of miscarriage, preterm birth, and stillbirth. Additionally, this type of blog offers the opportunity to observe how this kind of blog community can be therapeutic to individuals who have gone through traumatic experiences. The Healthy Newborn Network is a very different blog from the first two I have mentioned. It strives to discuss family planning, prenatal care, current scientific research, policy, education, and other issues related to pregnancy on a world stage. Blogging seems to ultimately provide the framework to create community among individuals with similar experiences. It allows for the accessibility of information and therapeutic discussion of trauma, which finally leads to an outpouring of kindness. This altruism not only fuels compassion towards the women in these blogs, but also leads to discussions of helping women around the world with pregnancy, health, and wellness. It provides evidence that virtual communities have the ability to foster what the human race as a unit needs more of: love.